What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Nothing, boy.
Don't call me. Okay. Don't.
That's what Kratos says to
Oh, yeah, yeah. Man, what did you do, TNA crew? This your boy Tay.
this is Kratos.
We're Tay Nance, and we're back at it with another death battle video.
And today, no, never mind. I'm not gonna try his voice, but today we're watching Kratos versus Asura in death battle.
And I guess because of Ant's unwavering cringiness, we already know who he's going to be rooting for.
Definitely played two God of War games on the PlayStation 4 and 5. Peak gaming.
Never played it. I never played it.
Pretty great story.
I mean, like if I mean, like by some chance, you actually win this one.
It's not even by some chance. I know Kratos wins.
Okay.
I'm just that guy.
Okay. Well,
He's just that guy.
okay. Well, since you're that guy and nothing else left to be said, I guess we'll just get right to it.
Let's go, boy. Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
Kratos versus Asura.
The
This
ghost
is
of
gonna be
Sparta
crazy.
versus the wrathful destructor. Cause sometimes you just wanna punch a god in the face. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Bro.
In the beginning, the Primordials waged war across existence, a series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom! Now that's what I call a big bang.
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Okay, I
Starting
think
the whole messy cycle. Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was
Okay, so we're
overthrown by
starting with Kratos.
his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard child of Zeus, Kratos was left among Spartan mortals, far exceeding all among him. He became a fierce warrior, winning many a battle, until finally cornered by ruthless barbarians.
Ares, destroy these guys who are kicking my ass, and my life is yours. A deal was made, and Kratos was joined at the bone with the Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords and basically a badass whirlwind of flame and steel.
But Ares had a scheme. While doing work for his god, Kratos accidentally murdered his own family, permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was, forevermore,
That's why he looks
the
like
ghost
that.
of Sparta.
Yeah.
So, he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new god of war. The gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new god of war took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it, too.
With Poseidon's trident and Icarus's wings, Kratos dominated both sea and sky. He also has a tendency to carry powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
And the
Oh, yeah, he
claws
does
of Hades
carry
could
that.
steal souls.
Yeah.
Even the soul of Hades himself. Should have thought that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos, nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
He fought Atlas, the Titan of Strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And he could do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster than light. A frankly
Right, man, where did they be
incomprehensible
getting these numbers
Then there's
from?
Daddy
I'm
Zeus.
telling you,
who
bro.
proved a serious challenge.
And they be
Until
doing their
Kratos
homework.
drew perhaps his ultimate
It's
weapon,
crazy.
the
They really do
blade
their
of
research.
Olympus.
It can make tornadoes,
Or they was doing another God of War and it's gonna have Egyptian lore?
Yeah, because originally the last two games were supposed to start with the
like
Egyptian
father,
lore,
like
so-
son.
Even
Yeah,
while
they're gonna go
Kratos
into
ultimately
it.
released hope across the Greek world, he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable, non-stop killing and sex and even more killing. And yet, he couldn't be any more depressed.
His wife and daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. he wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife. Good start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could not escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook, especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it, not again! But hey, it wasn't Kratos' fault this time, and Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan Axe.
Far from the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan Axe was deliberate and mighty. Said to
he just
rival
has every
Mjolnir
weapon. So he
itself.
just has every weapon.
Mjolnir was as cool as this axe.
Yeah,
It's
but
imbued
yeah,
with ice magic and a poison even the gods fear. It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance.
Kinda
and it even
bullshit, but
shatters
okay.
souls.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a
Nah, that's
shield
bullshit.
against
He has
godly
every
ace.
weapon.
Too bad he just
doesn't
can't
need
help
him,
but get
though.
in trouble with gods.
Yeah, but he
now
has
he
them.
knew how to control
He
his
doesn't have
anger.
every
Which is even more important than it sounds.
I mean, like, if
Kratos'
God of War
Spartan
still
rage
continued-
summons an inner strength with magical properties.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not
That
all
makes-
anger is
what?
problematic, and Kratos wields plenty
Crazy.
of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Dropnir Ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back. He even has relics and magic that can warp space and slow down time.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit.
Naturally,
Yes,
he
that's
contested with the
bullshit.
strongest
He is
of
the
the Norse
god of
gods,
war.
including the
That is
god
bullshit.
of thunder, Thor, who was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur and the world serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
Oh, and that fire giant would be the cause of actual Ragnarok. You can't defeat me, Thor. I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly. Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
That's the World Tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's very existence supports all of creation among its boughs. Every strand transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse world, Kratos reclaimed old weapons by reckoning with his past sins, even taking up the Blade of Olympus once again.
Even better, he actually
that
got
was
to
bullshit.
be a decent dad. And now the boy is a man and also a bear.
Kratos made a lifetime of mistakes, but this future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past, not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender, a god of hope.
Ultimate redemption.
This
story
battle is
for that
sponsored
guy.
by Robin Hood Gold.
With Robin Hood Gold, you can
By
now
the way,
enjoy the
they didn't
VIP
mention
treatment,
this.
receiving a 3%
They didn't
IRA
mention
match
this
on
in
retirement
his,
contributions.
The privileges
flipped-
of the very
So there's a realm, there's a part in the game where it's basically like where the world tree is,
Hmm.
and it holds all the realms and whatnot. It had to be turned or flipped in order for him to do something. I forgot what it was. You guys who play the game know what I'm talking about. But he literally flipped the 9 realms with his bare hands, by
Yeah,
the
no,
way.
that's bullshit.
With his no weapons. He
That's
uses
bull-
bare
that's-
hands to
That's
flip.
bullshit.
He flipped the 9 realms with his bare hands. I just want to put that in perspective for you.
That's bullshit.
But Asura did something crazy too. I think he did something crazy. I saw it in a video. So we'll see. We'll see. I still got Kratos. Go Kratos.
I'm just in time.
Long
Yep.
ago, a demigod fell from the heavens, only to rise from the depths of Naraka after 12,000 years.
After 12,000 years, he's free to punch everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, Asura.
Alongside 7 other demigod generals, Asura served as defender of humanity against the impure Goma, dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And the demigods battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer, mantra.
By advancing technology with mantra, the Guardian Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
By tapping into his wrath,
Yeah.
Asura can take many forms for battle, like the six-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma, Vlitra.
But he wasn't angry enough to put Goma Vlitra down for good. At least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right? Right?
Funny you should say that.
God damn it.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra,
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy.
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus,
Yeah, someone
an
kills their
idea.
family and he
If you
goes on the
could
revenge tour.
weaponize Mithra,
what I'm
literally
guessing.
wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra for good.
Well, obviously, Asura wasn't gonna go along with that. So Deus framed Asura for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him. What a dick.
But true to
Yeah.
his nature, Asura was literally too angry to die. So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing from a strange golden spider, he did just that, with an all-new purpose in mind.
Make the gods pay! Oh yeah, they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. So Asura got really pissed off.
And through his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising enough to throw giants like ragdolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wizen.
Who could dwarf the planet and wreck it
Yeah, I've
with
seen
just a
this.
finger. Look at this.
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with mantra to fly, harden his fists to break steel, fire explosive energy blasts.
And headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of foes. And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that, but he also tried to protect people from the gods, including a girl who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid. Like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
the gods killed that girl too, along with her whole village,
Okay.
sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yet even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry mantra he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. It's okay though, his brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome, they're bros again! Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst, then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms, his mantra form. Finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting blast!
Deus was defeated and Gaia was saved. Yet, Asura's wrath hadn't been quelled.
Title drop!
It turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of mantra and the entire universe.
And everyone's suffering was part of his plan to make Asura his heir. Chakra kidnapped Mithra, because of course he did, and tested Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check out the size of it! That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its palm. Naturally, Asura and the statue threw hands.
Enter the
Are you trying to
Mantra
understand
reactor.
it?
Capable of holding
Huh?
7
Are you
trillion
trying to
souls,
understand it?
Asura
Or you thinking
instead
that
used it as a vessel
No, I'm
for a
just into
far
it.
greater power.
Oh, okay.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet. Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars.
Chakravartin was understandably impressed and offered Asura a chance to take his place. Asura smiled at the offer and extended his arm.
Right into Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some
Wow.
god trample over
That's
more
crazy.
worlds. Instead, he literally beat the QTEs out of God, obliterating him and his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including Asura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to smack a random thug, a meteor, or Ryu. Right in the balls.
Oh
It's
yeah, he
interesting.
did play
Despite the
Ryu.
dangers of uncontrolled anger, Asura's wrath gave him the power to save everything, all because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all
Yeah, that was
possibilities.
wild.
It's time for a dad battle!
Kratos.
Heard my kid crying, and now I'm here for your head. I don't know.
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But not for long. You do not want this fight. Run!
Look at these key titles.
This is cool.
You let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before.
Yeah. Let him know. Let him know.
Very well.
Let him know. Let him know, Kratos.
That's insane.
This is not my end! Not earned me yet, Titan!
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But you deserve a worthy end!
Let's go. Talk your shit, Kratos! Talking about.
You are a monster no longer.
I'm no son.
I never was.
Them no son.
Wait, so is he just stuck there?
He'll find a way.
That was the most theatrical. That was the most theatrical.
Really is gone.
ever.
But are we sure this is how it'd go? Even though Asura can blow up stars?
Asura had some amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Asura. Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything. His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
And while Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that control.
So Asura easily takes experience. But when it comes to versatility, he couldn't match all the weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Sure,
All
Asura's
bullshit.
quite skilled and a
He has all the
monster at
weapons,
martial
all the
arts, but his
abilities.
fighting style mostly
No, don't give me
relies
that,
on
bro. Don't
one
give me
thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in combat, slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies. like mantra.
Yeah, when Asura loses all his mantra energy, that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility, and multiple ways to finish this for good before Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could. Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries, days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do! If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000 times.
Extremely impressive and unfathomable. However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoined, which we see in-game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should easily scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
That's almost 100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Asura, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath 2, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Asura's The Sun Rises. The god of wrath was Kratos.
The winner is Kratos.
Let's go.
You say crazy.
But what if?
I don't hear no what if.
Shut up! We're really doing a video game style.
It's crazy. Really in Valhalla now?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Well, that's back with his original.
And that concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time on Death Battle.
Is that
Ghost Rider
Ghost Rider
versus Spawn?
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death
Okay.
Battle. Thanks
That
for
might
watching.
be alright.
Oh no, that's definitely gonna be our next one.
That might be alright. I don't know.
One of the most theatrical death battles I've seen.
That was good.
That was good.
That was popcorn. That was popcorn.
That was good. I like how I like how they're doing alternate endings though.
Yeah.
I like how they're doing that though.
I'm thinking they were going to tease alternate ending to be a part 2. But I mean, either way. It was cool. It was
Overall,
cool.
that was good though.
It was cool. We
Yeah.
knew what the outcome was going to be.
Okay.
We knew.
Okay.
We knew.
Okay, man, that was it though. That was our reaction to Kratos versus Asura. Man, let us know in the comments who are you rooting for, and let us know who you're rooting for in the next video.
I'm gonna go.
I kind of want to be Ghost Rider.
Dang.
I kind of want to be Ghost Rider.
Spawn is tough though. I don't know. We'll flip a corner. I want to be Ghost Rider. I ain't
I
gonna lie.
want to be Ghost Rider.
Well, why can't we both be Ghost Rider?
Someone has to root against the other person.
We'll figure it out.
But on that note, this is Big Boy.
This baby boy.
We're 10 next, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.